Hello, everybody, and welcome to the VO Dojo 21 Questions. Each month, we do a little interview with our Ask the Sensei guest, so we can ask the questions we want to know the answers to before we go into our Q&A. So today, I'm so happy to welcome Scott Parkin. He is a voiceover colleague, an amazing talent, an amazing improviser, father of the amazing Miranda Parkin, who
That's true.
a brilliant animator. But he is amazing unto himself. So, Scott, thank you so much for joining us. You ready for 21 questions?
I am. I want you to have a sip of water, your poor voice.
Oh, let me see if my brother can get some. Hey, can you give me a cup of water?
There you go. Or vodka. It might help too.
Vodka. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard being here. There's being here in Maui, it's so pretty, but when you're sick, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
So thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm ready. Ask away.
All right. Okay. So this is something we do at the dojo to start and get us in the same room. What is your one-word check-in for today? You had to say what's going on today in you in one word. What would it be?
Content.
Content. Excellent. Where are you from?
I'm from originally from Sacramento, California.
Excellent. And where do you live now?
I live in Venice Beach, California.
Excellent. What would we know your voice from?
Currently the voice of California Walnuts on the internet and on the radio. Probably more my face currently. I'm an on-camera commercial actor, and I have a Tide commercial running and a U.S. Postal Service running and a Jägermeister spot, although you'd have to really know where I was in that. But Post Malone and I helped save the night. It's still out there, but more on camera. We just shot another on-camera spot that I can't really talk about, but it's for a wireless phone company.
Fantastic. So your face and your voice are out in the world. And how long have you been doing voiceover?
I started in radio. I left college when I was 21 to do radio. I did radio for on and off for about 15 years. And as of 1992, when I got back from covering the Olympics in Albertville, France, I was asked to stop doing radio. And I sort of segued into doing all voiceover and improv comedy. I was already doing a fair amount of voiceover in Dallas and a fair amount of commercials. So it was the guy, when he fired me, said, "I'm doing you." I was not happy about it. I really liked my afternoon, infotainment gig. But he said, "I'm doing you a favor. This is holding you back. You're going to do great." So I flipped him off, but he was right.
It's interesting how that works. Seeming unblessings turn into blessings.
Right. Yeah. So that's I guess 92 was full. I started in 1992 as a full-time voice actor and on-camera actor.
Excellent. So you know a thing or two.
One would hope. I joined the union 2 years later than that. So I'm vested and I like my pension.
Excellent. Who's your current team? Who are you with?
I'm with DP. I've been with ICM, turned into DPN around 11 years ago. I signed with ICM in 1998 when I moved out here.
Wow.
I've been with Jeff Danis and them for 23 years, same agency.
That's fantastic.
On camera wise, I'm with DPN as well. I've been with Jennifer there for, I think, 10 years now. And theatrically, I'm with Linda McAllister.
Excellent. So you kind of went straight to the top. You arrived. When
I left Dallas, ICM was really scary. I walked by Denzel Washington to the little back room where the quiet cash cow of the voiceover was. But I was very fortunate. I had somebody upstairs who had seen me. The founders of the Groundlings, Randy Bennett and Craig Strong, had started a group in Dallas, and they knew somebody upstairs at the real scary part of ICM back in the day. And I was able to have them take my demo and walk it down to the commercial, the VO department at ICM. And you went in and did some auditions with one of the guys, and he said, okay, yeah, it was really good. And I said, so I get about a month and a half, and if I don't book anything, I'm gone. And he said, yeah, it's kind of like that, yeah.
So it all worked out.
So I was able to book a couple things right off the bat, and very, very fortunate. So
Yay. And what is your recording setup like?
it's very small. I have a whisper room in the garage that I use if I need to, but mostly my daughter uses it for Netflix dubbing and big old Source Connect commercials. But I audition here in this equipment. I've got a couple of friends with extremely good studios on either side of me here in Venice. So if I do book something, if I get a big ass promo campaign, I'll upgrade. But right now, if I need Source Connect, Miranda brings over her laptop. We take the nice mic out and we go there. Otherwise, I just audition with this stuff right here.
That's fine. So it's like a vocal what is it called? Sound reflection fields. And
no, it's very sparse. It's this mic stand and comforters on the wall right there. This mic stand, the mic stand slid down because Miranda used it last. But yeah, it's pretty sparse. I like it because of that. And if they need Source Connect and the full thing, we take the good mic outside and put it in the whisper booth in the garage and go from there on a laptop.
Yeah, I just got my first booth at home because I live in Burbank and was like, why? why would I need it? But
agree.
Pandemic, I need it. Yeah.
These days, it helps to have the ability to go nice. I work with Tim Friedlander a lot at Soundbox LA, and I help. I brought business to them very early on, and we have a nice symbiotic relationship. If I need an ace, I'll go to him, and he'll help me out.
That's it's a lot of things you've said so far is just one of our philosophies at the dojo is it's who you know, but like in the best possible way.
Yeah, the voiceover community is a very special community.
Yeah. And you kind of answered some of your VO origin story, how you got started, which was in radio. And then you moved to LA and signed with one of the top agencies. It's that easy.
Yeah, that's it. And then once you sign with an agency, it doesn't matter how you do, you'll always work.
Try it at home, kids.
Jump in. Yeah. That's what I'll tell you something that really frustrates me is these ads I get on Facebook where you can make 6 figures in your first year at voiceover. I can tell you how. That's such bullshit. There is people that do that. You can do that, but it doesn't happen the first year you do it. Maybe it's very rare. I'm not familiar with anybody who busted in without any experience and started knocking down low 6 figures. It's just much more difficult than that. It can happen. It's there. There is that much work if you have that much skill and you're fortunate enough and you got all your bases covered.
Right. But we talk about it. Go ahead.
Sorry, there's just a tiny delay between Paradise and here. I just that anybody that says, I'm a really good coach. Mary Lynn Wisner's a really good coach. Tom Pinto is a great coach. Jeff Howell is a great coach. Bob Bergen's a great coach. They can't get you work. All we can do is help you refine what you know how to do, teach you new stuff, sharpen that. And then it's, auditioning with hundreds of people, and there's so many variables that you can't control. So any coach that says, I can guarantee you can book stuff, check their tape. When's the last time they were on the radio or television? When's the last time? Who's their client list? There's been a massive proliferation of coaches who can make you $1 million in the last 10 years. And it's watching people get taken. It's just criminal.
Yeah. We always talk about at the dojo that if the top of the mountain is a sustained, successful voiceover career, that wherever you are from sea level to summit, when the helicopter comes, like when that opportunity comes, take it up as high as you can. But don't think that you're an experienced mountaineer. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta know what to do. And helicopters come down and helicopters crash. You could have gotten that helicopter ride up to DPN and not booked. And it could have been like, and there you are, back at sea level. And then you were able to do the work, do the work, do the work, do the work. But it doesn't stop. It doesn't, you have to know.
I
You
still
have to know
I
what
still
you're doing.
train with all of those people. I
Mm-hmm,
train, I don't do a lot of promo, so I don't get to audition
mm-hmm,
for it terribly often. I don't get promo auditions every week. So when
mm-hmm.
I need that, I go to Jeff Howell. I don't
Yeah.
do narration all the time. So when I feel like I want to push harder in narration, I go to Pinto. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not, it's evolved. I'm 60. I turned 60 last weekend. And
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Thank you. I always, if adapt or die,
Yep.
you gotta,
Yeah.
I've seen people all the time more successful than I, and certainly as talented as I, have to leave the business because there's
Mhm.
just not enough work for everybody. You have to
Mhm.
adapt and get better at what you do and broaden your skill set to the best of your ability if you want to make a living at it.
Yeah. Well, that's a good segue to this next question. What um what do you think the three top ingredients to in your success are? What would you say the three top ingredients to your success?
Kahlua, uh, ah, gosh, this stuff of see, I'm a little superstitious, and I sometimes I think the more I think about it, the more it's going to escape me. So I try not
Mhm.
to think about it too much. But I would say, gosh, that's a ugh. First of all, I hate saying success with I'm comfortable, and who knows what next year brings. It's an odd way
Mhm.
to make a living. I would say a sense of humor,
Mhm.
a sense of determination,
Mhm.
and a short memory,
Why short memory?
because you get kicked in the balls every week and you have to forget about it and read the next one.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Good. Or a good cup, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But still, you're still going to get kicked, and you still have to. The second you start worrying about all the shit you missed, you're not present for the stuff you're going to try and book. So you just have.
Yeah.
It's a constant sledding of rejection. I audition.
Yeah.
I audition. A good week. I'll audition 10 scripts in voiceover.
Mhm.
10 good. I'm a union guy, so I turned down a shit ton of that work. But I
Mhm.
audition, and I don't book those 10. I don't put. I could go a
Mhm.
couple months without a job. So it's a lot of rejection. So
Yeah.
I think whatever the three things I said, along with short-term memory, uh,
Well,
are
this
yeah.
this is this is not an official 21 question, but I think a really pertinent one, seeing that I'm in Hawaii and you're a surfer. How would you connect like your philosophy as a surfer to your philosophy as a voiceover artist? How do they intersect?
Do it as often as you can. Don't
Hmm.
don't go out. Don't go out when it's way over your head because you'll drown. Uh, know what you're good at and do that. I'm good at standing on a longboard on a 5-foot wave and running to the front and teaching people how to surf. So that's what I love to do. So I do that. So
Those
yeah,
are
that's a good one.
those are great things. Yeah, excellent. What are you proudest of? What are you most proud of in your voiceover career?
My daughter.
Yeah. Tell us about
Well,
her.
for what well, let's say this. I'm in my career, I'm really proud to have been a working actor, a working voiceover actor and on-camera actor since 1992.
Mhm.
That's a long damn time. And you can become irrelevant and get sort of phased out of a business rather quickly. So to qualify for Screen Actors Guild insurance for that long and to still have a nice house by the beach and have enough food and have enough art supplies to supply my daughter before she moved out. I think I'm most proud that I have a career, put it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud
Yeah.
that she's really successful as a voice actor, and she was raised around this business and this industry, and booked her first commercial at age 4 and nominated for an Emmy Award at age 5 for voiceover. So very proud of that. But first and foremost, in voiceover, my proudest moment in my career is that I have a career.
It's powerful. It's powerful and not to be taken for granted. So that's great.
Well, I sure don't.
Well, on the other side of that, what's your biggest fear or challenge besides getting kicked in the balls and stuff?
Staying biggest fear is staying upbeat and confident enough to keep facing rejection. To be able to stay relevant. My biggest fear is you become irrelevant, and they just they don't like. I just booked I worked 5 days on a commercial campaign last week on camera, and I was just thrilled because I hadn't really booked anything. It's been an odd world with the pandemic, and I was on a veil several times over the last 2 years, but I didn't book anything. I haven't booked anything in about a year. So instead of the California Walnuts thing that I booked, and I booked this, and they don't give you a gold watch. You just stop getting called. It's a numbers game, right? You have to audition X amount of times in order to book something. I don't want to tell you what those numbers are because they're really friggin' scary. But I was just glad. I'm just glad to have booked last week and had work. I really love working either on camera or voiceover. I started in radio, so voiceover and radio in particular, I think and I write for big agencies and write voiceover copy, and I really like good radio. In a lot of ways, good radio has gone podcasting. So that's where the best radio dramas, variety shows. I listen to Smartless. I don't know if you listen to that podcast, but it's brilliant. It's Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes. But I think, that's what radio, when I got into it, used to sound like. Just crack the mic and talk about stuff, look at the news, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm an extrovert. That's why the pandemic was so awful.
Yeah.
I like people. I like big crowds of people, small one-on-one. I like people. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", 225. So when I would go to concerts, I would go to the front and throw people up, and I like it. Other people are very uncomfortable with shit like that. I'm comfortable in front of people. Doesn't matter on stage or wherever. I like that. People are very, very frightened of public speaking. A lot of the improv training that I do is for people that speak in public, just to feel more comfortable and feel more loose. Everybody has their thing that they're good at, and stuff that I'm not good at. Put me in front of a math equation and I'll weep openly. But put me in front of a crowd of 800 and I'll talk all day.
Yeah, I like to ask that question because I think everybody needs to be a blend. Like this work requires that you find how to blend them. There's parts of it that require being very extroverted and parts of it that sitting alone inside your house in a box. It seems like you've got a pretty sweet. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. I'm best. I like auditioning in person. I like that on-camera callbacks are starting to go in person. Zoom is great. There's an awful lot of stuff you can do, but I like winning the room. I like the interaction. I like live theater. I like going to the movie theater and having that shared experience. So I'm very happy that I'm going to VO Atlanta. It's smaller this year because the world is coming back, but I'm really looking forward to getting in front of people and teaching and entertaining.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be there, but I think this sounds so first world problem, but I need to be here to support family. So my team will be there, but I'm going to miss everybody. I was going to say, you're talking about that. One of the things we talk about at the dojo is the voiceover is communication, and communication is exchange of vibrational energy. And when you're with people, you can feel it.
Right.
I think we've adapted. Like I feel exchange of energy here, but it's different than when you're
It's different.
with the people doing the
Yeah.
thing.
I still
Yeah,
think in person is the gold standard. I'm going to hold on to that as long as I can.
yeah,
Listen, I like having my commute to talk to a big class be, from my backyard to this room. Uh,
yeah,
but there's just nothing. I'm an in-person guy. Again, extrovert. I like people and I like the human interaction of being in front of someone. The,
hmm,
I can do this. I taught hours and hours and hours every week of kids improv and commercial classes
yeah,
and privates every week, all during the pandemic, and it's fine. But it burns you out faster than actually
mm,
being with people.
yeah. Well, it's interesting how the business is shifting now too. Like it'll be interesting to see how it comes back.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
On the on-camera side, it tends to be first call Zoom, second call in person. So I think theatrically, the networks are going to start seeing a lot more people in person.
mhm,
Voiceover, one of my favorite things is, every week I would go to ICN or DPN and
yeah,
be in the lobby, and it would be, Billy West and Maurice LaMarche and Henry
yeah.
Goodman and Kenny Campbell, and it would be really, really fun. Lorraine Newman, Mindy Sterling, these are how I met all these people. These are
Yeah.
why Miranda drew all the art in Comic Casino for those people that are in it because she was
Oh,
raised around them. And
yeah.
I don't know that the next generation is going to get that.
Well, I think that's one of the things we're trying to do, like figure out how to get, you can't explain it. You can't explain the lobby to someone coming up now.
No.
So, and then we get our cigarettes like, I remember, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I
was,
remember when we used to talk to each other every single day.
we
That's
go
how
into
we
the
got
lobby, we grab our coffee, and we begin chatting. You go through your stick, you show the pictures of your kid, you get comfortable, you go in, you read, and you get the hell out. Yeah.
Yeah. um, so what would you say your VO motto is?
Gosh. Improvise.
Yeah.
That's the easy I could come up with. Don't take yourself too seriously. That's probably
Mm,
another one. Uh,
yeah.
but be brave. And I don't fit a box. You know what I mean? I just don't. I'm so odd. I'm odd and gangly, and it's hard to fit me into a t-shirt slogan. But it would be improvise.
Yeah. I love that don't take yourself too seriously too,
Yeah, that's a
because you
biggie.
need to take the craft seriously. But I think the more you can keep your bad self out of it, and your good self into it, that really,
Well, you just look at people that are, doing really big things. And then for someone to be like, yeah, it's really important that I'm able to help America choose which cheese they like. So I think I am pretty freaking valid. You know what I mean? I just I just think you gotta, I'm a commercial actor. I'm not moving mountains here. I do like to entertain. I probably feel more more relevant and warm and fuzzy about teaching and watching people jump off the cliff and fly and do shit they didn't,
yeah.
that kind of stuff. I'm a, my mom was a teacher, first grade teacher for 35 years. It's a master's degree in special ed and counseling. And
Mm,
I cut my whole family's teachers. So teaching is something I get a big charge out of. Yes, I get a
yeah.
charge out of booking something out of 400 people and still being able to put food on the table. I get a charge out of that. But there's really nothing quite like having some kid call me and go, hey, I'm young Sarah Jessica Parker in the Hocus Pocus 2. And, it means the world. And like with my
Yeah.
daughter, just crushing it. She just did a bunch of, I don't think I can say, but it rhymes. It rhymes with Paco Tell. So
It is.
just doing
Yes, yes.
some more, and she's, so she's just killing it, and that makes me that feels better than my own success. Here's the other thing, when we're actors, we're up for something big, and we're like, God, I'm on the veil. It's now that I have all these disciples, I've taught hundreds of kids and
Mhm.
hundreds of people. Now, when they're up for something big and they don't get it, I suffer as well. I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry. But when they get it, I'm as happy as I was for myself.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand that. I feel like when I stepped into the booth for the first time, I felt the first calling of voiceover. Like I was like, that is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then felt the second calling to teaching as well, when that was like, oh, okay, got it. Okay, yeah, so I totally understand that.
It's a big rush, especially with improv, because it's so scary to see a blank
Mhm.
page and to and
Yeah.
especially that's why when I was doing the microdose, I was having people from all levels. What level one, never done it, scares the hell out of me. Level two, done it a fair amount,
Mhm.
like it, would like to get better. Level three, do it all the time. I'm in performance groups and I want to get
Mhm.
better for voiceover. I would mix and match. I'd have 25 people in the field. And then on Sunday, whoever
Mhm.
was available for Monday would send me an email that says, I'm Vanessa Richardson. I'm a 3, I'm available. I'm Jen Henry. I'm a 2, I'm available. I'm this person, I've never done it, and I'm a 1. And I would mix and match
Yep.
five people from different levels. And then I would invite one of my ace kid improvisers from my group, which is really fun because when you're an adult, you don't know how easily it was to jump from character to character and improvise when you were a kid. So you see one of these ace kids do it, and the adults all go,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's how to do it. So I was pretty proud of that little format of adding a 10-year-old to a mix of old people like me.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the rules of the dojo here, playfully, and it really is a lot of times just coming back to embracing that, to understand playfully too. So,
You're kind of cutting out a little bit. I heard understand and playfully, but I got it.
oh, that's one of the rules of the dojo is playfully, one of the
Oh yeah,
most important.
gotcha.
Playfully, yeah. Um, hmm. Well, knowing what you know now, what would you say to yourself at the beginning of your career?
Someone asked me that recently, and I really had no answer, because my answer would be sure and enjoy it. Be sure and enjoy
Mm,
the successes. But I really have. I
yeah.
guess I would say don't be afraid of technology. I honestly,
Mhm.
I have no regrets.
Yeah.
I have enjoyed the hell out of all of it. Some of it's been really, really brutal, very, very difficult, but I've even enjoyed that, because you learn
Yeah.
and grow. I guess I would say change your clothes more often. You have a lot of great shirts.
Excellent. The key to the kingdom. And
I
what?
don't know.
Well, it's
Pull your pants up.
straight,
I don't
straight.
know. Learn to surf sooner. Don't be afraid of the flow.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna go take lessons. There was a lady at a party here.
Oh, good.
And she runs the Maui Girls Surf School. She's like, come. I'm like, yeah,
Do it. Do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Never look
And
at
then
the
I
ocean
can,
the same way.
yeah, and then I can come join you on Sundays when I get back. So,
Great.
um, yeah. What is your next goal or desire, voiceover or otherwise?
Well, the big thing that's happening now is my daughter and I wrote a pilot, an animated 11-minute animated pilot called The Comic Casino. Uh,
Mhm.
we play a father and a daughter. It's a cross between Arrested Development and Blade Runner, with a little bit of Sopranos in
Excellent.
there. So
Excellent.
it's a 150-mile loop of mid-century modern casinos and 50s, 60s, 70s aesthetic Vegas on a shitty moon about 150 years in the future.
Wow, it's
And
brilliant.
And so I've wrote on that, and I'm learning it's at Surfer Jack Studios, where Miranda's full time now.
A Swampy.
Yeah, it's Swampy Studio. He's sort of our guiding light. The object was to have them do the animatic and Miranda go in and sit on Bernie's shoulder and watch how it worked. But he threw a wrench into the thing when he hired her full time 2.5 months ago. So she's there working on all kinds of stuff, including the comic. So
wow,
it's already done a lot of what it was supposed to do, because we wanted it to open doors for her at a big studio. So in our cast is Maurice LaMarche, Gary Anthony Williams, Mindy Sterling, Lorraine Newman, Tara Strong, Dee Bradley Baker. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody, but Greg Griffin. So literally the A list of A list. And they are
the all-star game. Like
they are all the people that she grew up with in the lobby that would watch. I was a single dad when she was 3, so I had to bring her to work with me. And people would watch her when I went into audition. And then as she became a voiceover artist and then a phenomenal visual artist very early, all of them watched her progress and have rooted for her. So she designed all of these characters, each for those specific people. And then we asked those people if they would like to be in it. And they all said the same thing. Like Tara said, whatever you're doing, I'm in, girl. Maurice is like, I would be honored. Gary Williams is like, where do I? Billy West is like, are you kidding? I've been waiting. So they all volunteered to do it. And Lorraine and Mindy were just fun. Everybody's been phenomenal. So that's the biggie right now. There's a big Yankee party out here on April 9th. I hope you'll come. It's all on the Comet, open bar, good food, pictures, step and repeat, the whole thing. So right now, it's in the animatic phase, and they'll do probably 8 to 10 animatics, each one getting more complex and more shiny and bitchin'. And then we'll take that out and pitch it to Netflix and Amazon and Hulu and Cartoon Network and all that in probably late May. But my big goal now is to become a job. My big goal now is to become a job creator. So we're voiceover people first. And we're trying to get through the net to where what we've done is hire all of our friends. And in each episode, we want there to be room for the lunch pail voiceover person who gets a chance to audition and do some characters. Okay. You kind of froze up, so I was afraid.
Building in the that's so cool because we're in the same mindset.
Yeah. The connection is so bad.
With my voice and my computer, but we're in the same mindset, right? And I think this idea of how do we become voiceover artists? We just started a partnership with a thing called Catalyst Story Festival, and
you froze up.
Yeah, we just said again, we just started a partnership with Catalyst Storytelling Code. So collaborating and creating our own for performers, not waiting. But how can we do it ourselves? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely about
content creation is what is talking about.
I have to video this so you can hear it.
Maybe it's how about that?
Oh my God, the voice is so hilarious. Yeah,
Scott, can you hear me? Thank you so much for. Good. I can hear you.
I'm getting about every fourth word, and you sound like a Cylon warrior, but I got most of it up until the end of the.
Did I talk?
Yeah,
because it sounded super weird.
Oh, that's good. That's better. I got you. Can you hear me?
Oh no.
Oh no. I got you. You're back. I can't hear you.
The universe saying, I think we're complete for me. Oh no.
Okay. Okay, good. I just heard conversing. I think we're complete.
Oh, how do people catch with you?
Oh,
No?
you can find me on Facebook at Scott Parkin. You can find me
Okay.
on
Well,
Instagram. Oh,
let's let's wrap up, and we'll look forward to
I can't hear you, sweetie. I can't hear you. I'm getting just.
we'll wrap up and look forward to seeing you on Ask the Sensei on April 7th.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're good. You're good. Keep on talking.
Okay. You can find me at Facebook at Scott Parkin. You can find me on Instagram at Scott Parkin Actor. And my email is
You're good.
like in cat gravy at C like in cat C gravy at me.com.